Hi, friends. Today we are going to be talking about Piper Raquel, OnlyFans, and this new proposed sin tax down in Florida. And then I have a little confession at the end. So grab a snack and come on back. I think that's so cute. That's such a cute little saying, right? All right. So, for those of you who don't know who Piper Raquel is, that's okay. It's completely normal. The only reason that this person's name popped up in my head, and a big reason why this is so important that we need to talk about, if you have a teenage daughter, you need to watch this, okay? Because you got to talk to her about some stuff. Is because my daughter used to watch her YouTube channel. And it was back, we lived in military housing when I was like 8 or 9, I don't know, but and it was cute. It seemed cute back then. Like it was just a bunch of kids kind of like playing around and spending however long they could in tree houses and stuff, like with little challenges. The parts that I saw seemed pretty innocent. Apparently, after that, it devolved into something that was very inappropriate for for Piper's age. And, but she went on to, you know, do YouTube, and she just recently turned 18. There have been some scandals in the last couple years where apparently after, like eventually, their little friend group or whatever started getting so toxic, and that the mother, Piper's mother, it's her mother, but this feels like a title that should be earned too. And the way this woman has pimped out her child. I saw the documentary. It came out a couple years ago, and just she did not birth the baby. She birthed a dollar sign. And it's I feel so bad. That little girl never had a childhood. And it's crazy because, like I said, Mona used to watch those little videos, and I every now and then I catch them like on the TV or whatever, and the parts that I saw seem so innocent. Mm-mm. So she has turned 18 recently and joined OF. And I'm not going to say anything nasty about that child. Let's be clear. I don't want to mince words here. Biologically, she is working with pediatric neurology still. That is still a child. And there's no reason to disrupt. I don't care if she's 18. You can't say that you can't tell someone to pull up a bar stool and buy themselves a beer legally and not call them a child. That is a child still. And it's so disturbing because apparently she has been like teasing on her YouTube. And once again, we're not going to blame her. She has been groomed. That little girl has been a pawn and a prop her entire life. I don't even know if she's gotten to be a human being yet, which is why it's so much more disturbing. I worry so much. Her mom's been selling pieces of her soul her whole life. It's no wonder that this would be her first jump to. And I'm sure her mother's pushed her into it. There's some weird, creepy shit going on over there that is not normal. And I pray for Piper Raquel. I am a mother. She just turned 18. We're going to talk about a lot of reasons why that should not be okay. But the first one is that is a child. She can't buy a beer. She can't buy a pack of cigarettes. That is a child. Um, Let me get my bearings. So OnlyFans is, first of all, a ruse for 90% of all of its creators. Okay. OnlyFans, the top, okay, so I've been doing some research on this. The top 2%, when you look at the creators and how much they're making, the top 2% make up a third of all of the money that OnlyFans brings in annually. Just the top 2%. There's 98% of their creators below that, okay? The top 10% of those creators is 90% of the revenue for that website, okay? So the truth is, and you can Google it right now. I've looked at a couple of different sites. I actually have one pulled up right now. This is called Social Rise. On average, OnlyFans creators are making, listen to this, $150 to $180 a month. As adults, we know that's not enough to live off of. That's not enough it's not enough to live off, and it's definitely not enough to throw your entire future away. But once again, we're talking about pediatric neurology. Their brain, a human brain is not fully developed until the third decade of life. We've known this for a very long time. And in that stage of neurology, they don't have the foresight of the heavy consequences that their actions can carry later on in life. They haven't lived enough yet. Obviously, we raise really smart babies. Obviously. Meaning it has nothing to do with their intelligence. And we know this as parents. This Piper Raquel situation has me bothered because I watched this little girl Piper with my baby when she was younger. And Mona's 14. If she's still following this woman, and didn't mean to say woman, this girl, who posted that she made $3 million in 24 hours, and once again, her team posted that. I don't think this chick has any control of her life, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't believe it. She has been too groomed to understand. She has been too groomed to understand the dangerous message that her actions are sending her followers. And she's been groomed to provide her whole family with money since she was little. That was what the documentary, there was a whole lawsuit. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. It was like 11 kids or something like that. So the thing is, we have teenage girls. Oh, and that's another thing. So apparently now this Piper is mostly, other than her adult page, she's mostly on TikTok, and it's something called a bop house. It makes me feel old because I thought bop was just like a good song. Like, oh, it's a bop. No, it isn't. That's not what it means. It's a hoe. That's that they call themselves that. Then I thought it was an innocent word. Who knew? Oh, and the Freemasons, not the first Habitat for Humanity. Look at those words grammatically, and I don't want to give you shit about why I thought that one. Anywho, so these are children, and children are watching them and seeing this girl make $3,000 in a night in 24 hours. There's a couple other things about OnlyFans too that a lot of idiots don't realize, is that the people, okay, so the creators that are in like the top 10%, they all have teams. OnlyFans, you make money a couple different ways. And once again, I'm going to tell you how I know all this in my little confession at the end. And if you think it's I'm about to drop an OnlyFans link, no, you're wrong. Absolutely not. But we'll get there. Listen. So with OnlyFans, there's a subscription, right? A subscription price. And I'm sure there are tiers to it. And actually, I'm kind of guessing on that. I'm just thinking because like regular platforms that aren't work have like tiers or subscription, like Patreon. You get whatever, you get more, whatever, if you pay more. But the majority of the money the OnlyFans creators make are through chatting. Now there are gross men waiting for these little girls' 18th birthday to pass so that they can chat with them in their fantasy simp brain, and they believe that they are talking to these 18-year-old little girls. They're not. They are talking to people probably not even in this country, just talking back nasty. And these people have teams. They sign over everything, their likeness, their image, everything. They have no autonomy at all about how they are going to be portrayed. And remember, that's the top 10%. The top 90%, I will reiterate, $150 to $180 a month. Most of that is talking nasty in your DMs. It's disgusting. Anywho, I worry about the message. A young 18-year-old brain sending to even younger minor brains who are thinking, this is awesome. Look how easy she's making it. Oh, and this Bop House is only on TikTok. And that makes me feel like it is very much geared to younger people. Not just because it's on TikTok, but because what normal adult is interested in watching a bunch of 20-something little girls dance around in their pajamas? That's weird. No, it's gross, creepy dudes and younger girls wanting to look up to them. It's not a good message. It's a dangerous one. My problem with OnlyFans is not, I am not coming down any OnlyFans creator at all. At all. It sucks that in society it has become so normal and so just like whatever, or at least that's the message that you get everywhere aside from in your own home, unless it's being projected, you know what I mean? Um, that if even an adult woman falls on hard times, it's expected. Do you know how many times after that 10-year enrollment, after all of it, after I had been chronically ill for so long and ended up living in parking lots because of a bullshit 10-year annulment and the abandonment of my family because there was nothing else they'd get from me. And at the time, not only did I not have like money for food or anything, I was living in my pickup truck, okay? And then eventually when I would live in an RV, we're still in parking lots, but in an RV. Do you know how much I wanted to do that and get some money so I could fight for what was happening to my children? I literally almost did that. I almost became an OnlyFans creator at a moment of desperation. You'll do anything to save your kid. And I am so grateful. Oh my goodness, you guys. I don't believe everything happens for a reason. I think that's a weird thing to say. The truth is, bad things happen to good people in every corner of the friggin' planet for no reason whatsoever. All day long, all the time. Boop, boop, boop. It's a bummer. A lot of us, it's called fallacy of fairness for a reason. But the fact that my ID was expired was the only reason that I could not do it. What a blessing. I was in a moment of desperation and trauma and abandonment, and I didn't know which way was up. Everything changed overnight. Thank God. Whoever God y'all pray to, send them thanks for me, because they were all looking out for me during that moment. You'll do anything. You'll do anything to protect your kids. And when you're being attacked, and if you want more information on this, please visit courthousekidnapping.com. But when you are being attacked at every direction, you lose sight of everything, and you'll do anything to save your kids. All alone, sick as hell. You can still tell by my voice, y'all. Before these illnesses, I swear to God, you can ask either of my husbands and they'll both tell you. I used to could sing like Reba McEntire. She should ask them, ask Trav, ask Josh. They will tell you. Now I can hardly talk. And it's from my illnesses. I hate it. There's a lot of different symptoms. I have a couple different, it's whatever. Anyways. So, getting back to my point. We know that $180 a month doesn't even touch. I'm pretty sure you get more for plasma. I've never donated plasma because I'm not allowed. Because there's too much shit wrong with me. Well, maybe I would be able to. I don't know. But, and, young minds, they just don't have the foresight. Just like in the middle of trauma and desperation, you don't have the foresight. You guys know that I hold my gratitude close to my heart for a lot of different things, and this is one of them. It would have destroyed my life. So to have this option so easily available to anyone with a phone, it normalizes it too much to where when you're desperate, it doesn't look that bad. When you're hungry, you have to think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. What needs do our brain tend to first? What you need to survive is what tends to first. Food, water, shelter. Family comes next. You don't think about the future when you're focused on those moments. We are human beings. To be fair, I should have never been put in that situation. Thank you, Jana Naderman. And once again, if you have any questions about any of this, go visit courthousekidnapping.com. Oh, my throat sucks so bad. All right. Now let's talk about this tax. I kind of like it and I kind of don't. I kind of like it because he says, as the governor, wannabe governor, whatever, the dude who's proposing this, says it would deter women from doing it. And I think that's a good thing. And for reasons that you now understand. Oh, and that was my confession. I was supposed to say it was the ending of there. Welcome to my channel. There's no script here. I just got like a couple notes. So I like the idea that it would deter young women from going down that road. But the other part of me is like, yeah, but they'll just find other ways to do it, which could be like more dangerous. I feel like it's just kind of incentivizing people to learn how to make their own websites, which isn't that hard. I made courthousekidnapping.com all on my own with all my Jamie brain. Nobody helped me. Um, and also, or they'll just move. And also, I like that he's like, yeah, well, I don't like calling it a sin tax either. Because the truth is, when we're talking about adults, like, I don't know that every adult woman that gets into that kind of digital is, um, like couples have it and stuff. I don't know. It, to blanket statement it as a sin feels derogatory, honestly. Who who are we to say what a sin is? Honestly, like that feels too subjective. I think it's a bad name. Sending more money to schools and whatever. Yeah, you should already be doing that. I mean, you should be taxing every billionaire that lives there a little more and send it to your schools. That, yeah. These chicks are already selling their soul, whether they realize it or not. They're already changing themselves in a way that will affect the rest of their lives. So taking their money feels just as predatory, also. There's a lot of gray area here. I don't think it will work. Tax all the billionaires. And I also didn't like, and this gave me the real creeps. I heard him talking about it. And the points that he's making sound great until you actually listen to the words that he used. He said, I want to deter them from doing this. I'm not going to stand by when capable, smart, able women who could be, and okay, this is where it gets weird, who could be nurses, stay at home moms, teachers, and okay, why did you say nurse instead of doctor, first of all? That's weird. What? Yeah. Why stop at nurse? Why we gotta do that? Why are you capping them? That was weird. He didn't say lawyers. That was weird to me. And the stay-at-home mom thing really, 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 really struck me because you're setting those women up to be left homeless after a bullshit 10-year enrollment. And then they'll have to sell themselves. Hello? Being a stay-at-home mom is not safe anymore when you have trafficking lawyers in courts like we do, you know? And to be fair, yeah, maybe your husband was great when you get married, but the truth is about all of us, we all grow and evolve and eventually turn into different people throughout our lives. Just because someone was a good person when you got married does not mean he's going to be heartless in 10 years and abandon you and leave you homeless in a parking lot. I'm sorry, it doesn't. And there is not going to be a court to protect you. Not with the way the laws are now. Once again, boom, prime example. So I don't think I had any other points. I mean, I could talk about this all day. The OnlyFans thing is just not black and white, just like everything else. Just like everything else. It's not black and white. But the child, which is basically what it is, if they're 18, that feels just black and white gross. Like you're waiting for a specific date so that you can prey on someone who's the same age they were the day before carries zero logic and makes you a predator and is disgusting. Boom. Church. right, my voice is about to go. I'm going to drink some more tea, and I hope everyone has a beautiful day. I just want to talk, like, we need to talk about this stuff, because if we don't talk about it and just look the other way, that's how it gets out of hand. If we don't talk to our babies about it, that's how they end up falling for, these kinds of traps in the life that is being glamorized, when in reality, it's not a glamorous life. It is very dangerous, and it's demeaning and belittling. And everyone is so fueled to just chase money. No, we need to be teaching our girls they should be chasing peace, family, integrity, and respect. Money, you could lose it all. You can earn it back. You could lose it again. You could touch it. You could burn it. You could, to be fair, you could also buy a room full of puppies with it. Oh my God. I should have puppy rooms. That would be like therapeutic puppy rooms. That's an idea. Someone take that idea and make it into a business. Amber JB is like, I want to come. Thank you guys so much. As always, I'm so grateful for every single one of you to share even a part of your day with me, listen to me speak, and allow me to exist. You mean so much more than you know. And as always, we are going to stay grateful for what? Every single one of our blessings, for bringing us peace, and all of our challenges, for making us tough as nails. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, and if you're watching this on Facebook, don't forget to follow. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. And go check out the other two. On Facebook, I am Jamie Spence Gridley. And on YouTube, it's at Always the One Smiling. Thank you, guys.